A quick confirmation. Hope my audio is good. Video is also clear. You're able to see me well.
Yes, it's
Yes.
perfect.
Yes, yes.
Fantastic, fantastic. Is anyone interested to show your face on a Sunday? Usually Sunday we look pretty smart. You know that? Seriously? Yeah. Sunday, good food, good sleep. You look good. All right. Let's welcome all to this career planning or career counseling discussion with something on leadership psychology. I have few people from YouTube as well watching this, and some of them from LinkedIn. I appreciate all your time. We did this program at least should be 3 months back. We do this every month, first Saturday, as a career counseling for people who have subscribed into ShriLearning. And this is the first time we are doing it in YouTube as well, so people outside ShriLearning can also benefit out of it. When we talk this word a career, it becomes more interesting. At the age of 18 or 20, this word could be a little interesting for the people in the first bench. People sitting in the last bench never thought of this. Career means something which we can think later. This is how the thing starts when you're in the middle and the last bench. The first bench people start a little early in their life. Also, when you talk about career, we always get this uncle or an elder brother or a cousin who adds some ingredient for our career. So in this group, I have a bunch of people where your career is not planned by you, planned by somebody in your family. Is it true? Do I have someone here? Do I have someone here in YouTube as well who says, yeah, these guys added something? Yeah, I can see yes here. So message is career is one interesting thing. What we can do today here is we can go through some of the key factors in career and how can we organize it or plan it towards next segment or next set of growth in our life. I have few slides and some content. We'll discuss it. The primary point of discussion here is not to inject too much of information about what is happening in the world, or rather listening from people here. Every time when we do career counseling in ShriLearning, as we do every month, we listen from people what happened in their interviews, in their job search. Some of them talk about their interview success. Some of them talk about interview failures. So if you have something in your mind, you can bring it up. I have a time slot where I can come there, where be prepared if you want to share. If you feel, no, Shriram, this is public forum, I don't want to share my failure or success, that's okay. But if you share, it can help a few more people. After this YouTube and after this online system came in, the hidden format has went away. There are days we don't know how an interview happens. There are days we don't know how a corporate application processing works. But now after this internet, everything is open. So chances are your points can help few of them, or you may get something out of this program. So with this, we'll kickstart. First, ask to you all, are you all ready to listen about how to plan your career? Are you good for it? All right, let's go. What I do is I'll share some slide to kickstart. You can put your cam and mic off mode. People in the Zoom and people in the YouTube, be prepared to listen more. What I have here, I have some content. Let's kickstart. All right, quickly confirm you're able to view it, what I'm sharing here. Nice.
Yes.
All right, let's get inside. Let's talk about it. How is it on the YouTube? People in YouTube, yep, they're also getting it. Let's go. First thing, this sentence I keep reading, and sometimes it really makes sense that it's not the difficulty that defeats us, the lack of confidence. In this room, I should have a bunch of people or people listening to this YouTube recording after a long time. It is not about the difficulty in the process of growth, whereas sometimes the confidence level within us goes down, which does not allow us to move forward. Even though many of you in this room agree that, oh yeah, Shriram, I know this before even you say this, but how to improve the confidence level? One thing I found over a period of time, how to improve confidence level is getting clarity on what we want to do. When we know how it does work, the confidence level goes high. When we are clear on the discipline, the confidence level goes high. So if I want to drive the car, how to drive, or I may be a little worried about what will happen on the roadside, I'm sure I should know about the road rules. I should know about how I will drive, or I should practice something on driving skills, or I should read about what are the road rules here and do's and don'ts here. When I know this, the confidence level starts going high. The problem with most of us here is after our studies, after our academics, we stop or slow down the learning. Anyone want to agree with me? Yeah, Shriram, I'm not reading like what I used to do in my college days. Anyone want to say yes for that? Oh, I'm already seeing some yes here. We have slowed down. It is not because of our job. It is of various reasons. At the age of 18, our brain was something different. At the age of 28 or 35 or 40, family commitments can be there, or our health related can be there. Shriram, are you talking health related? Yes, now when you cross 40, it is close to cross 60. That's a way the food nature and our sleeping habits and our interaction with the digital world has made our age going pretty faster. Now, what I want to mean here is it is not that because you voluntarily don't want to read, but it is because of various circumstances. But still, some people are achieving it. How they do that? Now, what we'll do next 45 minutes is we will see what are the ways we can streamline our career. It could be from any domain. Before jumping, I'll give some details about the career path. One thing we generally see in the industry, or generally I hear from the friend circle, is comparing our career with others. It is not me. Somebody in my family is comparing. Some of my friends are comparing. It sometimes is good for the growth, but sometimes it also demotivate you. Do anyone feel that's right, Shriram? It's not me comparing. Somebody is comparing me with someone in my family. Someone is comparing me with someone in my office. Now, this comparison is one of the biggest problem. What is the biggest problem in comparison is you don't compare with the right levels. In the wrong levels, you start to compare. For example, 25 or 30 years back, if somebody learns accounting, banking system, they earn biggest money than anyone else. I think some of you would have seen your uncle or your father who worked in a banking segment 30, 40 years back. They earn a big money. But today, if you learn banking, even though you are super good in accounting, yeah, you can, but not to the level of some industry like information technology. In 2000 beginning, information technology was a super boom. Until 2010, it was in a high boom and people get like anything. Even today it is okay. But now what is the biggest domains now? If you go for biggest domains, it will be like artificial intelligence or research oriented. Research means could be something on a medicine or a pharma industry. A person putting in finance industry, such an effort get very minimal, where a person put 50% of that energy into some other industry, which is boom now, we get a bigger money. Now, the problem here is these guys are all meeting in the same platform and they start comparing each other. And they're stating that this guy is high, this is low. Now, this disparity and this high and down, can I fix it? You cannot fix it. You cannot fix it by one solution. But wherever you are, if we can be better there, and it gives a self-satisfaction on what you do, and you get the income which can help you to better live your life, that should be good. Because you cannot suddenly jump from finance to information technology. From information, suddenly somebody cannot become a doctor. Tomorrow, pharma industry goes down, you cannot suddenly jump from that to finance. It cannot happen. But it is a choice which we have made. But if you made a choice on that, how can I be expert on it? So one of the greatest joy somebody can get in job and career is being best on what you are. Income, of course. Without money, what I will do, man? Income definitely makes a sense. I'm not saying no for it, but there should be some sense of joy on what you do. You can take Dr. Abdul Kalam, who could have started as a research scientist some time back. I'm sure he would have not thought he'll become a president of a country. Many would have compared his income with their friends' income who were in banking domain by the time, earning bigger money. He only thing did is very disciplined, consistent, expert on what he does. One day he became a president of the country, the same friends of him whom compared with him, he would overtake all by the age, by the experience, by the power, by the level of life. I'm not asking everyone to become a president here, but be very consistent on what you are and plan your career properly. Don't keep comparing other window again and again. And even some of your relatives and friends distract you. That's okay. They keep telling you, okay, listen to them, take the inputs and keep moving on your career. That's very important. But one thing, as I'm talking a lot about project management, in project management, one benefit here is you can switch the domain. Oh, really? Of course, that's a one benefit we have here, for which certain institutions are there, certain learnings are there. I will show them also today, which can help you to move from one platform to another platform. But is that very easy? The answer is going to be no. If it is easy, the whole world would have done. If it is easy, why they should have approached you? You are a special person. You have that knowledge. You have that passion. When millions of people in this world, why we have only these many number of people approaching today? We are sitting together. Why? Because your brain said that, let me do something more. If that's the case, yes, if you want to switch your domain, you will learn that new domain properly and also learn some of the platform or domain related technical skills and then switch the domain. Because I see many of my known people, Shriram, I want to switch the domain. Okay, how much you know about that? I did PMP, I did MBA, I'm going to switch. It will help you. But are you aware of the domain? If not, you will be in the middle of the road. You don't know what to do there. So message here is, yes, you can switch, but wherever you go, you have to be a better person in that domain, learn well, do well. If so, you get a better income, you get a better sleep. That's very important. If you can't sleep well, then it is going to be trouble for us. With this, we'll kickstart the program. All right. There is a question in the YouTube. What about self-driving cars? That's interesting. Once it comes, we'll talk about it. I can see your futuristic thought process. Even though self-driving car doesn't mean from your bed, the car will take you and take on the roadside. You have to get in the car. You have to set the program for a self-driving car. After you set the program, only the car will drive. Hope you got that. I know you want to make a fun out of it, but still you should know self-driving doesn't work from your kitchen, from your bedroom. It works from the garage. You should know how to operate it. All right, let's move. Well, kickstart here. When I say kickstart here, I want to put it up like this. When I say career, one of us will fall on this category. I don't want to give a generalized career thought process here. The reason is we don't fall under the same group. I gave a clue beginning of the class now. Don't compare with the people around you because some are from different domain. Each domain has a different life cycle in the world. I said a clue, banking and information, it has a different cycle. Medicine and pharma has a different cycle. Military service has a different cycle. And artificial intelligence has a different cycle. You should know where you are. Sometimes we may fall into a domain which is not really establishing. Sometimes you fall in a super domain, even do a lowest job there, you get a better thing. Now the message is where we fall into this category. Some could be 5 years after your academics, some could be 10 years, some could be 15, some could be 20, some could be about 20. Now, you look at this, which category you fall in. Let me see some of your numbers here. In a YouTube or in a Zoom, are you between 10, between 15, or between 20? Where you are? 15. I'm seeing a lot of 15 here. Okay. Nice to see. A lot of 15, lot of 15. Some 10s are coming. Some more 15s are coming. Wow. A lot of 15s. A lot of 15. Okay. All right. Thanks a lot for everyone sharing the information here. One interesting factor I found is the majorities of them going on a 15. 15 is an interesting number. Good. So now, why I put this as a segment is one clear understanding is if you talk about the 5 years, this is a prime stage of entering your career decision to decide what track I'm going to go. Will I be very technical person in the domain where I'm working, or will I go for a technical plus people related? We mix both of that. Okay, that's a career decision making. The very crucial time is 5 to 10 years. This is a place people have a lot of confusion. Do I need to stay in one job or I have to jump another job? Okay, I will go a little more deeper there later. And this area, people usually keep quiet. They don't move much there. And after 15, what happens? This place you start comparing with your friends and relatives. This is a place you start worrying about how much of EMI I'm paying, what is the salary I'm getting. The friend who started with me in other domain, what is her salary and what is he is getting, and we start comparing. This is the time your wife or husband question you, boop, what are you doing there? Okay, but the problem is market does not easily open the gate for this stage. Sheiks, really, this stage is a stage where we really get stuck. Your vehicle starts scratching the floor, you get the vehicle sound, it won't move forward. And after this, at 15 to 20 is a decent stage, because by now you decided this is my domain. I will not change anything. I will continue here. Since some people will still change. And when you come about 20, they start looking for second business. Can I do one more business, one more job? Because your kid would have been little grown up. You would start thinking what I can do better. I'm talking in a very general way. There could be a lot of exceptions here. Some are women who are taking care of the family, cannot fall in this category. Some could be maybe a bachelor or a single person. They can be so freak of life and time. So I don't want to call all the category. I'm going for a little general category here. Now, why I put these categories here is, again, don't compare. Why I'm saying again and again, don't compare is we get a lot of frustration, unhappiness, pressure because of comparing. You can look at growth, but don't compare. This problem happens from school days. Our parents do that. Our friends do this. Our relative do this. He's doing that. Why you're not doing? She's doing that. In the name of comparing, they spoil your creativity. Creativity happens in a calm, composed, happy mode. You should be free and relaxed, and your brain should think, let me do this. A Sunday evening comes in your mind. That's how it should work. It should not work because a cousin is getting more salary, because the other door guy doing something. That's not the way. Unfortunately, our education system is like that. We push. You become a mechanical rat. Only money will be in account. Nothing will be there. So you should love and do that. But a lot of philosophy. It's needed, because I see many people in the name of career change and job change and income, lot of frustration, heaviness in their heart when they go to office. It shouldn't be that way. So first understand which category of years we fall in. When we fall in this category of years, we start working. Below 5 years, they have their own pressure because they're new to the industry. They don't know what to do here. And they're worried, am I technical guy, non-technical guy, what to do? 5 to 10, as I said, jumping mind. What next? Your mind will be like, how many bank account I have to open? How many? 10 to 15, something really happens. Now, what I do here is, I have categorized some of the roles also. So first thing, you found where you stand, right? Let me come to this again in some time. Now, look at these roles, what I have categorized. Entry level, and I have middle and high level on business role. I took this in the leadership and managerial, since because I talk more about management and project leadership, I took this. Of course, you can have a lot of technical roles also. I didn't go there. Just go through this. Let know you fall under any of these role category or close to this. Let me see what you are there. Ashish, I saw your question. I'll come back to you. I saw one other question also here. Ashish, again, you put it here. Ashish, let me complete the content a little, then I come to your question. So I don't want to deviate the content. All right. Right. I'm seeing some of them falling under middle and high, some of them entry level, business roles. Okay. Nice to see. People in YouTube, I can see you people are putting some there. Nice. Good.
I have a question.
Good.
Hello?
Good. Hey, hi.
Shriram, I have a question. This is Mailesh.
Hey, Mailesh, go ahead.
No, I didn't get the question. You are asking this to see this and the role, respective roles, and to identify whether we are in right now or to aspire to become right now. Or is it, what is the question about?
What will make you happy? Aspire or current?
Definitely current is not going to make me happy.
Then look for aspired one.
Okay, super. Thank you.
All right. Thanks for that question. Okay, the main purpose of showing the screen is I just put some category here telling that these are the roles we usually see in the market. Now, when I say about entry-level role, I picked up the people less than 5 years or less than 8 years of experience who are switching into managerial roles. Manager role does not happen because of our qualification only. If you come from Harvard University, if you come from top IM institutions, chances are you directly get into delivery management, a director of the company, program managers. But how many people get it? In a batch, they send 100 people out of that. We have millions of people. So let's talk for millions of people. I don't want to talk for exceptional 100 people. Let the exceptional 100 people live their life happily. Don't want to disturb them. Let's talk about people like you and me who live a day-to-day common life. Now, if you want to start as a junior level, people with the entry level, you have something called assistant project managers, project coordinators, project executors, junior project managers, entry-level scrum masters with a small team in Agile. They do this, and junior PMOs. These are the general roles we see which starts in the market. For this, what kind of qualification is expected? Could be an entry level of managerial knowledge. I don't want to go by one institution, but I'll tell that a lot of good institutions available, which explains some managerial concepts. But this alone is not sufficient. At least you will possess 3 years or less than 3 years of experience in what you do. And then it gives an entry into management level. Now, I frequently get calls from some of the students passing out of the college and say that, Shriram, how can I become a manager? Getting a manager here is a little going to be tougher. Delivery manager is going to be tougher because here it is not only your qualification. It's about how do you interact with the people. We have seen a lot of qualified people who cannot handle people. I have people who are really qualified well, amazing in their job, expert individually. Ask them to put in front of 4 or 5 people, make them to do the job. He or she literally cries, shakes, man, I don't know how to make these guys to work. Do I have someone here? I don't know how to make them. You may be intellectually top. You may be super high scorer. But if you want to make another person to do the job, it's an art. It's a skill. And that is the reason corporates not pick you, even though you show me 5 years of experience. I want to become a project manager. The company waits because they don't want to put you in a spot where you feel the pressure, where you don't perform well. Because of your pressure, you make your resource also cry out of the job. So companies pick up the people who have at least some years of experience with the managerial knowledge by the books, by the real experience. Now, why I pose all these roles is further I'm going to talk about career thoughts where I want to help you to map 2 things. Your years of experience, where you fall, 5, 10, 15, 20, and the level where you are. Now, when you know the years of experience and level, now you know where you have to improve yourself. In this room, I may have people who never been in managerial role at all. They are from operational background. They will be purely technical background, or they took a break in their job and just entering back to the job. Now, what I have to do? Will my certification help me? Will my degree help me? Will my past experience help me? Let's see those questions answered. Okay. Now, I have put something here for the business role also, because there are many people who are interested in business. Here, nothing related to people happens. Here, only expertise in domain. Usually, you will see only single or individual person on their role. They don't involve into more number of people. Then I have put something here for agile people, where they're called as a senior scrum masters, release train engineers, who talk about agility at the organization level. Also, there is a role called agile coach, which helps above than these people. This agile coach can help entry-level managers, can help middle and high-level managers, can even help the CEO of the company. He or she will be the coach for the whole organization. This is the most demanded in the market now in some of the industry, not all the industry. I'm talking some of the roles very highly used in the market, this role. Technical service manager, you will see a lot in the market. You will see delivery manager a lot in the market. These are the roles commonly happens. If you are a long-time project manager, you switch to the role called program manager, which means they'll give more than one project to you to handle. So this, what I'm telling here, some of you already in this role, some of you want to achieve this role. Let's see some of the factors behind this. All right, let's go a little more. Okay, before we get to what to do, first thing, as I gave a lot of philosophy, it's your life. I keep telling again, it's your life. The reason is that always we have somebody to pinpoint your mistake. pinpoint you are lagging. It's actually good. They make you to think, but don't get driven by that, because it's your life. You have to decide when to eat. You have to decide when to sleep. They may not know your problem, but they can give a generalized thought. Now, don't get driven by generalized thought. I keep repeating because I have many of my friends, because of the relatives, cousins, friends, they lose their sleep. They don't tell to them, man, don't disturb me. They keep quiet because they want to get the input. But the input drives them mad, and they feel they're earning very low. They feel they are not happy in their job. Actually, they are happy because somebody says they get unhappy. But we have to look into what are the ingredient, why they say that. Okay, if that's the case, that's the case. The first start is career assessment. I'll give 3 points here: career assessment, career growth, and career change. Change comes last. Change comes last. So what is this, Shriram? Our people, what they do is first they think about change, then only assessment comes in. First assess, then you have to change, because change is a maturity of your assessment where you are. It takes some time from people 1 week, 3 months, 1 year, 3 years. So you have to assess properly. So let's see assessment, growth, and change, what to do. First, let's talk about the assessment. What is the assessment? Here it is, career assessment. When I say career assessment, I'll consider 3 factors if I'm going to change my career or improve my career or be happy with my career. Whatever it is, I'll take 3 things into parameter. One is my past and what I'm doing currently, and what is the future. Milesh questioned me, is it for the future? Of course, everyone for a career means always look for a future. However it is, your future is based on your past and current. When I say past, there could be good experience, bad experience. There could be good learning, bad learning. Both can be there. In current, how much of time and effort I am taking to understand myself, to understand the learning factors, to understand the industry, these also makes it. On top of that, future. In order to understand the future only, today you are all in the class today to listen what is going to happen in the future. Now, there is no astrology here. Suddenly somebody looks a palm raise and says that, okay, you will become a greatest superstar. Even though they say become a superstar, they will tell today you have to work for it. Now, coming back on the topic of career assessment, first thing, if I want to change or improve my career, I want to get my double income. Should I'm always income? Okay, make myself happy on my job. Make myself as an expert power in my industry where I am. First thing, we work out on the assessment. When I say assessment, I would take a white paper and start writing down a scale. A scale is how much experience counts. Oh, come on, man. Few minutes back only you showed me 5 years, 10 years, 15 years. That is years. There is a difference between years and experience. Let me give a pause slightly here. There is a difference between years and experience. Somebody would have worked 10 years, but the real knowledge and the experience what they gained is worth only 3 years. Am I right on this? Somebody worked in some of the system which is only 3 years, but the way they have worked would be 7 years equivalent. The nature of job. So don't count because you are 15 years in the industry. Don't think you are super good. So how to know this, Shriram? This is clear. This I know, Shriram. Why you have to tell me? I know this. This you will know when you apply for internal job posting in your company. Have you all have internal job posting in your company? If you apply for internal job posting, they will call you for interview. In the interview, you will see on the same company, on the same domain, on the same job, they will tell you where you are. Okay, one. Or every 6 months, you can try one job opportunity outside, not for job, to see where you are. They will ask you some questions which you can't answer, which means either you have not done it or you have not learned it in your domain. That's not the only thing. On top of that, you have a quarterly review in a company. You have a yearly cycle there. You are appraisals, promotions. These all indication. It won't be directly one-line answer. It's an indication. The message here is, I want you to first assess yourself very honestly. Take a white paper, write it very honestly. What is your real experience? You should be honest here. Why? Only when you put this, then only you can think for education. This part. If you fake here, this will not work. Do you agree on this? If you fake here, this will not work. What happens is here you fake yourself. I am 15 years. I'm 20 years. Do I need to really learn this? No. If you don't know, you don't know. You have to write it down. Yes, I don't know these things. And then you start switching for education. When I say education, I look for the past and now. I may be a last bencher. I may scored very low in school and college. That's okay. Currently, am I able to recall that content? Am I able to replicate some of the information? Am I able to communicate effectively? It means my future is going to be great. Now, first thing, take a scale, as I said earlier, start writing down on the experience where I stand, on education where I stand, on the goals for the long run where I stand, on the skill set. When I say skill set, technical core skills where I stand, and what are the values you follow. I keep telling these values, very important: honesty, ethics, and believing on your own skills, believing other people. Don't get driven by others' dream. You should have your dream. You should be able to go for it. I'm not telling don't listen to others, but with the current society, we are too much distracted. How do you handle it? And interest factor towards what it is. Now, why I'm telling here is this scale is very important before even you switch a job, because if you are clear on this scale, when you go for an interview, when you sit in front of people or interview, you can present well. The only thing is your brain is much clear now what I want. Okay, first you do the career assessment. Let me ask this question. How many of you have done a career assessment of where you are currently recently, or maybe the last 6 months? Have anyone done this? Have anyone done this kind of career assessment? Nice to see. Okay, let me ask a question from you. Someone here who said I did it, said yes to that. When you do this, was it so honest? Does it show you some gray areas to improve? Let me listen to you. Does it happen? Brutal. Okay. Okay. Let me listen to someone wise here. Your mic should be on. Yeah, Mailesh or Santosh, go ahead.
Hi, Shriram, this is Mailesh here.
Mhm.
Actually, I wanted to, shift I wanted to, upgrade I wanted to upgrade in terms of career. So I wrote down, I have 15 years of experience and what I have right now. And I wanted what the market needs right now. Am I qualified enough? So I sat with my, all the skills and things, and I gave to my friend and who was from IIM. And she was brutally honest that, she has told me that, okay, this is all done. It's all done. Whatever you've done, you're really have not, this doesn't only required for what you wanted to aspire right now. So that has helped me, like, with respect to experience, I have to stream down to segregate all the interests. What is there right now? What is the qualification that is right now? And what are the current skills I have? So it helped me to segregate. And I felt that, okay, I need, though I have 15 years of experience, I need some of the homework which I have to do before I wanted to, go for an aspired role. I have to prepare myself well. So that is how I assessed myself.
That's a good one. After this assessment, are you able to spend time to see what I can do on this assessment?
Yes, definitely, Shriram. Yes. So that is,
okay.
This training, what I am PMP, what I came is like, okay, if I found a way that where I have a way to, I have sketched how I can grow within the organization and outside the organization. So it may come, it may happen or not, but I have a pathway to, grow in both ways. So I believe it will help.
Nice to know. That shows confidence. Thanks, Mailesh. I appreciate that. I heard one other voice.
Shriram, it's me, Hira. I would like to add.
Hey, Hira. Yes,
yeah,
Hira,
so
please.
I went through a cycle of change where I think since a year I felt it reached a stage where I realized that I need to, I felt my cup really full. Like I felt it was to a brim where I felt very suffocating. So the process of unlearning I had to do, and it took me some time to realize that the cup was full. So it reached a stage where I was unable to sleep for days. Then because it's nothing, the career is going well, doing a lot of things, performing great, roles and everything. But then at times you have to go through a learning curve. You need to unlearn certain things and add new things. So that has happened to me, and due to which I left my job, which you might be aware. Yeah. So that is something, is a thing. Yeah.
So you did an assessment. Okay. How many months or year back you did this assessment?
The assessment started for me precisely around 2 years ago, and it continued. Like it was so my friends, my well-wishers, my family, they're like, "What's wrong? There's nothing wrong. You're doing well. Continue doing." I said, "No, there is something wrong." So I had many times discussed with my well-wishers that this is it. My cup is full. Nobody was able to understand. My cup is full. So then I took a conscious call one fine day. I just decided that's it. I am not going to do this anymore. I need to go and figure it out. So that's what happened.
Why I ask this question is, when you did it, when you did 2 years back, are you able to do again after 1 year, after 6 months? Are you able to do again? Because what you thought by the time, then your brain would have said, let me do some more. You would have learned some factors. When you reanalyze and reassess, maybe you would have reached a destination where you want to. Or it can help you to see again whether the scale is improved or not. Have you done it again?
Yeah, I continuously did it every day. So it reached a stage where people, when they saw me, they're like, "Hira, you're looking tired. Why are you looking tired?" I was like, "I am tired. I don't know why." So it was showing on my face. Yeah.
It's too much, right? It's like in exercise in gym, some people check the weight every day. Every day, at least 5-6 days once, if you check your body weight, it makes sense. Every day you stand on the scale.
But it's an unlearning. But it's a process of unlearning. I think you need to unlearn. And this process of PMP, I have emptied more than half of my cup. And once even if I clear it, I would not wish to make it full. I would like to keep it still a little bit left.
Thanks, Hira. Thanks for adding that. I can see PMP is making big impact in your brain. Okay.
Yeah, 100%.
All right, good. Anything more on the career assessment? Somebody?
Shriram, Megha here.
Hey, Megha. Yes.
Yeah, I'm sure, speaking up many minds here. You're just, you are like a IT, what you can say, horoscope reader at the moment. So I actually started my career like a technical service associate, and then like a help desk agent, and then slowly improved to service management and little bit of PMO, and later into core project management. All during this entire time, right? It's like there is some kind of, like here I was saying, there was something which was making us feel suffocated, or something that is not really what I'm supposed to do, or this is not my interest, kind of a thing. In a general way. And after, like you said, 15 years now I am like neither here nor there. There should be some standard. That is why recently, I realized when a couple of good friends were meeting, they were just, it was not like comparison or anything, just looking back and looking now where we stand. There should be some standard. So that is what made me, myself pick myself up and, go for something which is standard and have my right place for myself. So I'm here.
Got you. Thanks, Megha. I can listen you. I can hear what you say. It's not only you. Many people are shaking their heads when you're saying, yeah. That's the point. See, the point here is, we're not going to find a one silver bullet here, because as you rightly said, you switched different places. You came here. It is because of certain push behind you, because of your family situation, various factors. You cannot say what it is. But from external world, when we wear the same perfume and same t-shirt, people compare you equally. But they don't know, when you lock the door and get inside the home, what you are doing there. Many don't know. But what is our society, that to culture like India, we see everyone is equal when come on the road. No, they have their own way of life behind the screen. But the problem here is the income variation is our trouble, which pulls us very badly. Because some of the high earning income society makes everything very expensive in the society, or showcase too much about the costly items, which make other people feel jealous and bad, which makes you fall into a rat race. And we don't know where to start, where to end. It's a big machinery. Okay, you cannot change it in one scene like a movie. You can't do that. But what best I can do, that's what it is. So what I'm trying to do with this program, where you stand, first of all, let's understand that. And let's not worry about too much around the world, but let's see what I can do best to the world, best to myself. Two worlds are there. One is open world, other one is my family and my world. How can I do better for it? Now, how can I do this? First thing, understanding my own ability. I don't want to work 150% and die at the age of 60. I can work at the level what I can work. I can live up to 90. I can see my grandchildren getting educated and graduated. If I can live up to that with a smile, I can sit in the wheelchair and say them, that's my grandson or granddaughter got it. That's excitement. I don't want to run like anything, 18 hours work and die on one day at 55. So the message is, how do you assess yourself? How do you see yourself? How do you feel happy about your own skills now? But at the same time, don't overestimate yourself, telling that, wow, I'm great. No, there is something there you have to work out. So now our friends' feedback, our input in the society will help us. So thanks, Mega, for adding that. Let me get back to the track here. Vinay, I'm seeing your hands up. You want to add something now?
So, Sriram, so when we are assessing ourselves, so two things, right? So like it's about assessment about the changes, what we want. Like, let's say I do not come from project management background at all. So when I sit for my own assessment, so at education, that would be like I'll be starting from the scratch. So if I have to compare myself with that, but with terms of what, if I have to compare myself with the industry that I work with, that would, the scale would be like somewhere, let's say like 5. I mean,
we'll talk comparison. So, yeah, sorry to interrupt there. We'll talk comparison, what to do next. First thing, we are writing a plain paper, what I am. If I say, I want to write my inventory, I can write my inventory from morning till night, what all I do. I wake up at this time I have a food, this. So you're going to write very honestly what all you have right now in your pocket. You're putting only what you have in your pocket. And then we will see what is needed. So the first expectation is write down clearly what you have. Now let me move a little more. I believe Vinay will get some answers. Okay. All right, let's go. I didn't bring all the industry here. I brought something from managerial industry because since I talk more on management, some of the learnings which you can do in the industry is some of the institutions, which is pretty famous in the market. There are a lot of institutions. Some of the institutions which are reputed in the market, also expensive. Of course, the PMI stands in the list. I don't put anything by priority here. I just put what comes to me. Of course, PMI always comes to me first. So I put that. If you can read some of the institutions, these are the institutions talks about management at various levels. When I say various levels, I'll go a little back. You saw various roles here. These are just a name tag and roles depending on the industry, depending on the years of experience, depending on that organization governance structure. I'm sure you're all aware of what is the governance structure. Every company will have a governance framework. Within the governance framework, only company works. It may be manufacturing, construction, pharma, or research oriented. They do that. That governance team decide what can be a set of people. Now, why I put that is, these are the institutions which is conducting a lot of learning programs where people learn it. And king of this is MBA. MBA from a reputed institute, not just an MBA, because there are a lot of MBAs available, but some of the thing is big MBAs are available. So now point here is when you learn these courses, doesn't mean they will call you, hey, Shriram, I heard you got this one. Come to my office immediately. Nobody going to call you. Would have happened 40 years back. But now what happened? The population is a 7.5 billion. With a 7.5 billion population, if you expect somebody has to call you, it's pretty tough. So we have to reach the market. We have to knock the door. How to knock the door? Let me show something factors there. On the career growth part, now we heard from Vinay also. I'm from different industry. I'm not in management. What I can do here now? It's not only for management. You may be from any segment. Let's see two factors parallelly. One is career growth, which I showed you now. Career assessment, then comes career growth, right? Then comes career change also. Career growth and career development. Let's watch out what it is. Now, what to do here is, let me pull out some color which is easy to view. Okay, color. Involves moving to a higher position. So the word starts coming into higher. Now from current to higher, we are going to think for it. Current to higher is the one we are going to look into. Quantitatively, moving up corporate ladders, what it is. So for these two things, I expect everyone in the organization you're working right now, look at your corporate ladder. What is corporate ladder? Every company has a scale. A scale says that starting from today, like a map they will have, from here it will be like a y-axis. I mean, y. I don't know how many of you seen this. If you're somewhere here, you may be in the center place, whether you can go technical track or you can go managerial track. They'll give different positions here. Different positions here. I'm sure you should have seen this kind of ladder in your corporate. How many of you seen this kind of ladder in your corporate? How much of levels, scales available? Have you seen it? If you have seen this, I would tell you, first place to start about your growth is look inside your office. Sriram, I'd hate this company to the core, man. Their policy is bad. The CEO guy is bad. They don't give any promotion. They don't give you any hike. I hate them to the core. That's okay. You hate people. You don't hate the organization. Am I pronouncing correctly? You hate some people, not the organization. When you want to get a job for this company, you love this company. Like your first love in college, you love this company. You read everything about this company when you want to get a job. But today, after 3 years, after 5 years, after 2 years, and this office become your ex-girlfriend and boyfriend. Don't treat like that. First, read the company, what they do there. Because of some person you don't like, don't hate the company. Company running is not easy. You will know that when you register a company, when you run a company, there is a pain behind that. A lot of stuff involved into it. So when they're running a company, there'll be some system there. One day you can change the whole company. You become a CEO of the company. That's okay. Let's not go up to that level. First thing, where you stand, you understand the positions available for your track, which track you want to go, right? And now if you know the positions, I expect everyone to know at least 2 positions above you. Sure, only 1 is enough, not enough. 2 means it will set a track for 3 to 6 years of time. 3 to 6 years is sufficient time for a human being to think and work. So 3 to 6 years, what can be the next levels? When you know this level in your current organization, now you can take this and see the equivalent domain organizations in the world. We are living in a world better than our parents. My father is more knowledgeable, but he don't have internet, so he was stuck in one office 35 years. When he came out of the office, he was a little bored and said, enough, man. This you and me no need to do, because we have wings. Through internet, you can learn what all in the world in fingertips. You can learn. Now it's our interest to see what all the level of jobs available in all these companies in the market. Sit and spend time. Already you did what? Career assessment. You know what is in your pocket. How much of money in my pocket, I'm aware of it. Now I have to see where to spend this money in the market. The spending place is this company. I don't see every time you have to improve your skill, then only you'll get a job. Even if I have 10 rupees in my pocket, for this 10 rupees, there is a tea shop on the roadside. So first find for this 10 rupees, what are tea shop in the roadside. Now, you know your skill equivalent, there are some job, but my aim is not tea. I need to have a better lunch. So I have to improve. I have to increase more money in my pocket so that I can get a lunch. So first to see what all available. Where is a breakfast? Where is a lunch? You start seeing next levels, 1 or 2 level. Don't overdo. 1 or 2 is enough. Watch this. And then set up a goal for when to achieve it, how to achieve it. The word when and how is very important. Now, in our market, one problem is, if your friend buys a car, you get tempted to buy a car. If some of your relative buy a home, you get tempted to buy a home because your husband will hit you, your wife will hit you. That guy bought the house, you're not buying it. So there's a peer pressure, family pressure spoils our life. You listen everything with a smile and then say, let me work it out. So you have to have a calm, composed when and how. It's okay. Even if you take 20 years, that's fine. But you should be in a happy place, happy way. I have seen many people who started with me in school and college with such a rush. I was back, long back. Now I have gone 100 miles away. They're still in the same place. 20 years crossed, all changed. I'm not telling revenge, but I'm telling it's their life. I don't want to compare. It's their life. In athletics, marathon, people sometimes run pretty fast early, but in the final line, somebody will come and overtake them. It's not about chasing and winning, but don't try to too much of compare. So you decide when you want to do, how to do this. But this goal should be like a tattoo on your body. Shriram, we spoke about, right, marathon. I will come 35 years later. No, you will work from today. Today, now, this moment, consistency and discipline. You set how and when. When is fine. When is, you can set because of your pocket. You know, pocket, how much of money you have because of your assessment. How is a key factor. When I say how, we work out on this development factor. Involve integral improvements in skill. I really respect this. You have to learn the Japanese culture of learning system. I don't have a video right now. There is something there, how Japanese learn. Japanese learning skill is, in at least our Indian nature of current Indian, I'm not talking ancestors. Our ancestors are more knowledgeable. Let's talk about our generation. We learn something, we do something, until that knowledge go away from your mind, you wait. We go to the scratch of the ground. One day you realize, shucks, man, I forgot everything. Now you start reading. You go up, again fall down, fall down, fall down, fall down. On the ground you will come, again you read. Japanese model is, they read. The moment they realize they started going down, they read again. Not at the ground. You get a job. In a job, you work for 4 years. When you want to search a new job only, you start reading. But they keep on learning. Okay, they come under Theory Z. Theory Z means loyal employees of the company. It's a different story. But the message is the skill improvement is very important. Now, there's a how factor. You have to work qualitatively, improving your skills. Some of you said about, I learned PMP, I learned my technical skills, I learned how this domain works. That area you have to work out. Now, when you work out on this, after 3 months, like Hira was mentioning, I did 1 year back, and again I did every day, or I did every 3 months. The message here is your pocket money starts improving. If you look at your assessment, you get more money. You will have a gold there, diamond there. Now, when you have a gold and diamond there, sometime market search for you. You don't need to search them. They will search you. You will make some LinkedIn post, some YouTube channel video. They will say, man, you're there. We are searching for this man. Come here. Can happen out of 1 million. Not everyone. But the message here is, the first thing you do the assessment, right? If somebody missed this point, you are not following with me for a few seconds or a few minutes. Okay, look at here. I just gave a clue that first you do the clear assessment of it, right? Trying the growth pattern, what I'm talking now, then change happens. How it happens? Let's see those factors. Now, let's go a little more. Here it is. So you found the assessment. Assessment is very honest that you know where you have to improve. I gave a clue that first work out on your own organization, what you can do. I know what I said a few minutes back can be not happy for you. Shriram, I hate this company to the core. Don't ever say that I hate the company. You may hate people, not the company. Company exists there. After you lose that job, or after you don't want that job, you came out. 3 years later, when you look at that company, you get that sentiment feel. You start liking something about it. How many of you want to raise hands with me, say that you still like that first company where you worked? Even though you came out of that big fight with the manager, but you still have that love with that company. When you cross that company road, or when you read that company name somewhere, you get some connection. Okay, so we are a human being, emotionally attached. You cannot be like a Terminator, Arnold Schwarzenegger. You can't be like that. You have that connection. Now, why I'm saying this is, first love where you are and understand what it is there. If Sundar Pichai thought he could have jumped multiple organizations and he could have become a CEO of a Twitter long time back, right? But he didn't do that. From long time, he was staying there. There was a situation, they called him to be a CEO of another company when he was a senior product manager in Google. But his wife said, let's be loyal to this company. Of course, Sundar also wanted to do that. They stayed there. He became a CEO of Google. Now, not CEO of Google, now CEO of Alphabet. One can show us an example how loyal somebody can be. At the same time what? Improving the skill set. And this two goes together. But why this all Gyan session now? The Gyan session is, even though you know that you want to achieve something, but how much you improve your pocket money is very less. Anyone honestly want to agree with me? Last 5 years, I didn't improve my pocket money. I want to buy something, but I'm not improving my pocket money. My money is less. I have lesser money, but I want to buy more. Man, how can it work? If you and me born, let's say 50 years back, chances are there we can do that. But we are born in a very competitive world. You could see the youngsters now coming back at the age of 16 and 18, how fast they learn, how good they communicate, how transparent they are. They don't have any fear to question their professors. They don't have any fear to ask questions in the office. I'm sure I never asked any question with a professor in my life. Maybe one or two I would have asked, right? I'm sure many of you are like this, who never ask anything, but youngsters are different. If you're competing in the world, how much you improve your pocket money is very important. Okay, let me show some more factors. Okay, before I jump in, let me listen something here. Do anyone felt that you have found a difference in your current job because you improve your pocket money? What I mean by assessment and improving the skills. Have anyone felt that in the last few months or few years? You improved yours? Let me give a pause here. Oh yeah, I'm seeing a lot of yes here. Okay, let me listen if somebody wants to speak up. What was the good impact of that when you did a good job because you learned the skills? Did you? All right, let me move on. I saw some chat message. Yes, here. Let me move on the benefit of time. Career change. Now I moved to third segment. First segment, assessment. Second one is growth. Now change. Change happens. How a change happens. After this, I'll talk about how to attend the interview. Because Shriram, after all this career discussion, if I don't do the interview, nothing makes sense. So we'll talk about interview skills in a few minutes. Before that, assessment, growth, change. When it comes to change, how to look at the change. Some of my learnings, some can be directly applicable to you. Some you have to polish it. Explore the current options. Always I give respect to the current place. Don't say current is bad. Current options, what you do. This will not work. I'll totally ask you to move different domain also. But before that, first explore the current options, because current is the right place. The reason is it's an office where you are known to people. It's an office you learn the domain well. It's the office where you know the hierarchy properly. So it's a easiest winning battleground. See, lion is so powerful. Tiger is more powerful. Still, lion, tiger will not hunt the fastest deer. It will try to attack the deer which is in the crowd, which is running slow. The whole deer is running. It will attack the last one, which can't run faster. It looked like our office apparel system, right? It attacked the last one. The reason is, even though you have strength, they'll try to attack the last one, which is good to catch. You can spend less energy, get the food. Now, if you're in a corporate, first see what is the easiest fruit to win, which gives you self-confidence. I call it as a dopamine. You get a dopamine. Yes, I got some role improvement here because I have somebody in this room who did not get promotion for last 3 years, 5 years, 8 years, 12 years. I don't know to ask, can you say yes for this? I will not do that. Don't worry. But I know there are people here who did not get promotion for a long time, irrespective of good work. But only thing is, you did not advertise it properly. You did not check your assessment properly. You did not know that what are the career path available. There are many people in the corporate that don't know what all roles available in a company, how to approach the role, what are the job description of the role. When the IJP happens, how to approach it. A lot of lagness is a problem. So first thing, explore in your company what it is. Okay, that's okay, Shriram. Now I have to go out what it is. Develop a new career plan. The career plan is what is individual. It's unique. In the sense, I cannot give a general plan here. Sometimes people talk to me. I tell them that asking their domain, their experience, and their pocket money, I can tell this can be a better plan. So I cannot give a general plan here. But I'll tell that draft a plan based on your assessment and your growth, what you want to do. And then preparing for a promotion in current organization. I think I hit you heavily on this. Let me stop here. Change job within your industry. This is very interesting factor. I would tell 95 or 98% of the people, first they try within their domain. At least if you come from India, in India, we don't change the domain very frequently comparing to other countries. The reason is, in our country, each domain has a different pay scale. You cannot be so much generous and say that, okay, I'm jumping this domain, even though lesser salary. I can't do that because based on this income, I have established my family. Now, suddenly I cannot change it. I want to change something higher than this. If I want to change higher than this, definitely they'll expect my assessment should be clear. So first, try to search in your industry domain clearly. What all available? Where to search, Shriram? That is what you have to learn. First place now, they call a lot of job websites. It is working. Some of them are paid websites. More than that, in the last few 1-2 years, I have many people after clearing PMP, Agile, they tried job in one place. Even though fake is there, a lot of genuine is there. It worked out. Can you make a guess out of it? Which one will be there? It's not a job site, but it works. It works. Any guess? Wild guess? What place it will be? Okay, Hira hit the nail perfectly. LinkedIn. Yes. LinkedIn is considered one of the most best place, including a guy who said LinkedIn is the worst place. People all are fake. After a few months, he called, man, LinkedIn is a genuine place. I got a better job, more than 120% salary. The reason is, even though it is a fake, there are many real people also there. What you search, you get. What you don't search, you won't get. So you have to search the right thing. I feel LinkedIn is still good based on your profile. Many people question me, man, LinkedIn people are just advertising fancy stuff. That's okay. Let them do that. What you want, it is there. So search your industry, your domain in LinkedIn. There are job descriptions available, job posting available. There are people who got the job in the company. They keep their profile there. You can say what all skills they have learned. So they become a senior manager. So they become a project manager. So they become a scrum master. So they become an agile coach. What made them to come there? You read those points carefully. You see their years of experience. You see their what kind of post they make. So you understand a human behavior there. Early days, it will be only a job. Now it's not a job. It's a human behavior. In Agile books, we call as a persona. Persona means a fictional character. Here, it's not fictional. It's a real character. Spend time to learn those factors. Okay, Shyam, this is good. I'm doing that. What is next? Now, the most important thing is totally moving out of the industry. For this, you need an amazing gut feel. Really a lot of gut feel you need. The gut feel here is you should have knowledge about another domain, or you should learn about it. Just because you got an IIM MBA, don't think another industry will call you and give a job. Because you did a PMP, somebody will not give you a job. Maybe your uncle as a company, chances are there. If not, nobody will call and give you. Then how to go, Shriram? You should have the passion towards it. Shriram, this word passion, keep on hearing. People keep on telling passion. What it is? It means, like a few minutes back, there was one woman, she was saying that I was traveling multiple jobs, but back of her mind, she's thinking, I want to do this. But how much of time somebody can spend on that? If she's tight, she can't do that. But let's take a general person. If somebody is working in a manufacturing industry, at his home, one of his brother is into information technology. Even though I'm in a manufacturing industry, I keep talking to my brother in information technology. This guy keep on updating me something about information technology. Whenever I get a time, I go and sit with him and listen to him, what he's doing. What it means. I'm not looking at his job, but I'm looking at his skill sets. I'm also showing interest on that. Sometimes I solve the problem for him. Now, what happened here is over a period of time, I like manufacturing industry. I get the essence of manufacturing industry knowledge. Don't underestimate manufacturing industry. The whole world is revolving around manufacturing industry. And now I am so interested in digital world also. I'm learning some skills there. Now there is a time comes, can I design my career? I'm 12 years experience. I'm 13 years experience. I'm 18 years experience. I'm deciding something. Now, if you want to switch a domain, now you consult with somebody who is in that domain. Could be your brother, could be your uncle, could be somebody else. Talk to them properly, honestly. Tell me honestly how to get to this domain. What all skill sets needed? Check your pocket. Am I having everything in my pocket to go there? This is missing there. Now sit and work out for 6 months, 8 months. It's a career. At the age of 40, you shift there. At the age of 80, you retire there. 40 years, you're going to work there. Shriram, 80? Yeah, you can work. Who says? Government says 58? No, you can work whatever time you want. It's a private sector. You can work anytime until you have a knowledge. When a parliament is full of age of 70 and 80, why not you? We can work. So point here is, am I having that skill in my pocket? You work out on that. Do the groundwork, understand the domain, talk to them, get the details. Now go for a switch. Don't go for a switch just because they're getting double the salary. Just because this guy got a BMW car. Just because this guy traveling all over the world. Don't do that. If you do that, that's the biggest mistake you have done, because after going there, you will feel shucks, man. The reason is they put you in the junior role there. You might get a lesser salary and you go to the junior role there, sometimes you can't accept it. Your brain says, what a mistake it did. So we'll be a little careful enough when you switch to industry. That in India, the last 5-6 years, we can see more switch of domain happening. But you need a ground study on that. If you're from different country, it's very common because salary scale is not so different. So you can easily switch to any domain. So career change, when I use the word career change, I'll be very careful here. Change doesn't mean that you 360-degree change things. You have to see first what is in your company. Then you have to see what you can do a little above than the ladder. Then you can see what is in the industry in the different companies. Then you can switch out of the domain. So for this thing to happen, assessment should be very honest. Why? Again, I'll come back to the first point when I said 1 hour back. When I wear a t-shirt, wear a perfume and come to the industry on the roadside, I'm considered as one among them. But actually, no. When you go back to your home, you have your own problems. You have your own good things and bad things. You are a good fighter from childhood. You are not a good fighter from childhood. These all falls under your self-assessment. If you want to switch your domain, you may lose your job for 3 months. You may stay away from your family for 6 months. Are you ready for it? You may be a mom with a kid. Can I give this kid lesser time and give time for the job? Am I ready for it? I may have a parent. I have to take care of them. I have my wife to take care of it. My parent may be elderly. I have to spend money for them. I have to spend time for them. Are you ready for it? You have to put all the check boxes and work out. But Shriram, passion means you have to go blindly. No, I don't agree on this. Blindly, if you go, one day you'll be blind. Whole family won't be there. Without family, how do you work in your office? You can't sit and work peacefully in an office when a family is not happy. So you have to balance it. How do you balance it? So career counseling or career thing does not equate everyone. You have to see what ingredients will go for me. So you have to put the assessment clearly, but without demotivating yourself. Oh, my wife is always in trouble. My husband is always in trouble. So I take, no, cross. No, not like that. You will find, how can I solve this? How can I make it better? That is why self-assessment. Then comes a change factor. What are the factors I'm saying here? Some of you will feel that, man, first I have to think change, then I have to take assessment. I will go other way. I will see first assessment, then I'll think for the change. Because once I know my ability, I plan better. The reason is I'm not at the age of 18. You have crossed the age of 25, 28, 30, 40. There are few people, few heart waiting for you at your home. You cannot make a hasty decision. That too when you have a children, that too when you have an elderly family, that too have somebody depend on it. Man, I cannot make a blind decision what I made in college first year where I can jump from the compound which is 18 foot tall. I don't bother whether I'll get a fracture. I don't bother because I know my mom will cry for some time. It's okay, but not now. When you go back home, your daughter, your son will cry for you. You can't just make a decision. You have to be very careful on it. I'm not saying you have to be scared of it, but don't do a blind decision. Make a proper way of moving. But this is how all these big people are doing. Okay, they don't do a blind decision. Okay, let's go a little more. Right, let's go to the gap analysis. So far, what you saw is about 3 factors: your career assessment, career growth based on the skills, and the third one, changes we saw. Now let's go to the real thing which happens in the market. Shri, what do you mean by real? When I say real, you have to meet people. Okay, these all what you did is at your home, your notepad, your computer, your friend circle. This is for you. Now you are on the field. When I say on the field, job market. Job market is a very, very, very huge open market. I always like this wording: fittest will survive. How many of you believe this is correct? Fittest will survive. Do you feel that? I strongly believe fittest will survive. Now, no excuse here. You can tell that this person's uncle of that company so got recommendation. Those are few percentage. Big percentages, fittest will survive. That's it. So how to become fittest? That we saw right now. Now we are going to see how to approach the market. Job market search. Now you all come from different domains. I don't want to put you into one scale until that search only here. There are some places where you can go only through reference. Seriously. That too, when you go to managerial, higher managerial roles, if somebody did not refer you, you will not even get an interview call. So what to do, Shriram? Create the network. Shriram, what is a network creation? See, I don't have a habit of network creation. I would have spoken to a number of people. If I have my mobile, I have a lot of people, big shots, moderate, just starting, everyone. But I never remember I second time call them for any benefit, or they would have called me for something. So I don't create network, but it is happening. Even though I'm advising you, I don't do this as a consciously, but subconsciously it happens to me. Now I have thousands of people around me. But now, if you are searching for a career, start creating a network. Start seeing the people, like-minded people. Shram, how to find this man? Join few forums in the market. Your learning forums. Doesn't mean you have to go there only for benefit. You start talking to people. For example, in PMI, they have PMI chapter. You will meet like-minded people, managerial track people. You are an architect, designer, architect-related forums are there. Agile-related forums are there. Pharma research-oriented forums are there. You have to be network-oriented people. When you join network creation, you start understanding what's happening in the market. Many places, you need reference. Many places, without reference, they don't even call you for interview. It's really, really, really tough. But not always. Let's go some more factors. When you say job market search, you go through reference, one point. Other one is, you all know that LinkedIn is there, or many company, their portal, they have a job. Every company, if you go to the website, there'll be a career link. If you click the career link, there'll be 3 or 4 job posts. You have to pick it up and apply for them. If you have to apply at least 100 jobs, one interview may come. Seriously, that is of the market in some domain. If you are working in some other domain, you just apply, they'll call you. But there are people who say, Shriram, 3 months I'm trying, man, nothing's happening. 3 months. It's not 3 months, it's only 3 months, depending on your domain where you are. Some of the domain, you have to hit at least 6 months. You have to keep changing and upgrading your resume in this 6 months of time. What are the keywords needed? Shriram, how do I know keywords? Every job has something called JD. Have you heard about JD? Have you heard about JD? Job description. If you heard about JD, job description, you have to see the job description in the market. How do I see this, Shriram? One you can see in the job portal. Other one you can see in the LinkedIn. Other one you can see is somebody working as a manager in that company, which role you want to apply for. Look at their qualifications. Look at the keywords, what they have. Those keywords should be in your resume. If you really possess it, don't add it unwantedly. It should be there. Why I'm telling is, off late, market is more dependent on big data analysis. What is big data analysis? They go through the data algorithm and pick up the keywords from your resume. How do they pick up the keywords? They pick up by checking this keyword, this skill is there with. Hey, sorry guys, I lost the connection. So getting back on this, you have to go through that. You cannot tell that I will have a general English language, it will be picked up. Yes, it can. But what I expect you here is pick up those keywords and make your resume upgraded with those keywords. The English words are being different forms these days. The same message is conveyed in a different ways in management, in a technical ground. So you see those descriptions, add that in your resume. Why? If this algorithm is running, they want to pick up your resume from LinkedIn or from any job portal, this algorithm will read that keyword and pick up that resume. Chances are you may get it. This is what nowadays it's happening. So please update. Don't think that, Shriram, my update resume, it works. No, it won't. Also, another mistake I see many people is they create a resume as a copy from somebody else. Have you seen this? The first 2 lines? Want to achieve a challenging job. Some 2 lines are that. This line was written when Mahatma Gandhi was trying for a job. I don't know. From there, these guys keep on copying. Same 2 lines will be there. After that, the 4 lines of achievements will be there. Same format. I would tell, please don't do that. It's your paper, man. You have to write it. It is your dress. Your resume is your dress. You have to wear well when it is going. It's representing you. Nobody knows who you are. How do you look? How height you are? How fair you are? That paper only communicates it. So write it with your own words. Of course, keywords should be there, but write as you think. You can take a template out of it, but don't copy paste it. I have come across a lot of resumes when I do interviews. Some of them copy paste, you can see some mistakes will be exactly the last time. When I ask them, they'll look into the resume. Really? Where are you looking here? You have to look at your home and don't come and look here. So the message is, first create a proper resume, look at your domain related content, add those keywords inside that, and then find out the gap areas and start working on it. Let's go to quickly the next part. The last important part, and then I'll give a pause here. Want to listen to some of your experience also. Now, interview presentation. And this is a very important area. After done your career assessment, growth plan, all are good, Shriram. Interview is the entry point into the company. Let's see how to take a better interview. Some of the knowledge I gathered on my own experience, some of them from the internet as well I gathered, what can be the best one for interview. Let's see some of the things. Before I go in, please read through. Let me know which one you like out of this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 items are here. So in this 5 items, which one you are attracted in interview, whether when you attend or when you take interview. Okay, Revati says she likes a smile. Okay. Explain concepts, real situation, 4 and 5. Okay. Good intro and explaining. That's good. Nice to see. Okay. All right. All right. Nice to see. 2 for coming up. Okay, I'll give some points for to do a better interview. Now, first, start with dress up well. Shriram, what do you mean by dress up well? Dress to the occasion. Why? What do you mean by dress to the occasion? You are going for an interview in person or video. After this COVID happened, a lot of video things are happening. Have a proper dress code for that interview. And unfortunately, when I have taken a lot of interview, guys, people sit in a very, you can't pronounce it. The way they sit for interview, you feel, are you really for interview? Not in a proper lighting place, not a proper dress, not comb the hair properly. If men not shaved properly. So if women not putting the hair together properly, Shriram, it's not personal. They can be personal, man. But this is the place it shows who you are. Like how a resume it is, this is the place it shows. Because it is a video call, you can't take it for granted. You have to be proper. In fact, if you're going for a management interview, I highly recommend wearing a blazer and a tie. Hey, come on, man. In this weather, yes, you should. You can. It shows a discipline. It shows how much you're committed towards this. If women, they can wear blazer. Nothing stops you. Wear a formal dress. I have one woman who was approaching for a job. She was asking me what to do. I was requesting her, please at least hire a blazer and wear it. She was smiling. Then she said, did it and it worked out. She said, man, it's worked out. It's not because of the blazer. While you wear the blazer, wear the dress, your confidence goes high. Have you seen when you go for a marriage function or a birthday party, you wear a good dress, you walk good. Did you feel that? You breathe well. You feel good because the dress is good. Now start from there. Proper dress code, proper lighting. Nowadays you get a lot of less cost lighting. Keep in front of you. I'm not asking you to be like a YouTuber, but I have a better one. If it's a video, if in presence, you know the rules. You have to be a little early. You have to be good. You have to be smiley. Sit straight. Your both the legs should be on the floor. Don't keep the cross leg. There are some medical things also. Don't keep the cross leg. Keep it on the floor. Sit straight. Give a smile. Say thanks before you sit in the chair. These are basic things. I don't want to go too much of basic. We will talk when you go for interview. The second one is confidence level and smile. If you can wear one perfume on you, if you can wear one makeup item on you, if you want to wear one dress on you, that dress name is called as confidence. I would love this. I would love this dress if it's on you. I don't prefer an amazing hairstyle. I don't prefer greatest to your dress codes. But if you have one dress code called confidence, that's important. How do you show the confidence? The way you smile. If somebody can smile when they are presenting, when they are able to present things clearly, which means you are confident. If you're this guy is scared, even though knowledgeable, you are scared there. So confidence level comes by preparation. That is why you did a skill assessment. When you did a skill assessment, when you did a skill growth, career growth, when you know the career path, now confidence automatically comes in. When you have a dress up well, good smile and confidence, half of the game is won. Now let's go to the real situation of the question. Now, introduction. In this room, I have a bunch of people. You have a different variety of introductions. I found this introduction was very useful internationally. I'm not telling for one place. I'm talking for international. It's useful. How is it? The first thing is, when you introduce yourself, follow this pattern called CPAF. What is CPAF? CPAF stands for current, past, achievement, future. When I say introduce yourself, every company, every interview, they'll give you a few seconds or a minute. Can you please tell about yourself? When they say that, the good way is start with the current. Usually how we start is, once upon a time, I did a college. Once upon a time, I work in the company. Once upon a time. It's even though good, what happened here is many in the interview hall, not much interested in here, too much of past. They want to know, in the last 2-3 years, are we relevant to the current job? Right? When they want to pick you, they want to see, are you really related to the current job? In that case, start with the current. You can say currently, recently, I'm working for this organization as a senior manager on this domain, this role. The moment you click that button, it quickly connects to their brain. This guy is the guy who can map the job which you're looking for. So you're hitting the nail straight away, telling that currently what you do. Currently can be only 2 sentences. Don't go beyond that. Too much is also not good. In the current role, what you do, quickly it'll give 2-3 sentences. Once you give that, move to the past. When you go to the past, even though you worked 20 years, 18 years, 10 years, 5 companies, 8 companies, don't explain all. In the past, pick up 2 companies, which is closer to 6 or 7 years. Pick up these 2 companies, tell that in my past, previous to this organization, I was working in a Fortune 11, Fortune 10, this company, in this company, this is what I did. I got a role, I got a promotion, kind of something in the past, again, connecting to the job which you're applying for. So if you talk about the current, connecting to the job you applied for. If you talk about the past, connecting to the job you apply for. The reason I'm saying here is the person listening is a human being. They cannot record all the information. They have to capture the keyword while they're explaining, because this guy is busy thinking about what his wife said to buy that evening in the grocery store. Don't think he's thinking about you. Don't think she's thinking about you. They're thinking about what to go do in the grocery store. So they're just thinking, looking at you, crazy guy, this guy is for interview. How long interview will go? 1 o'clock, I have to go for lunch. Many people sit like this. So if that's the case, when you talk about the current and past, which is current with the current job, your brain quickly catches up. So current and go for the past. Then comes the achievement part. When I say achievement part, now you talk about your qualifications, your degree achievements, or you talk about your certifications, or any appraisal awards which you got in a company. You know what? In 2020, I was awarded as the best servant leader in my company. My team performed well. Within 3 months, we completed 3.5 million projects very successfully. It is once considered as one of the greatest achievements in the company. You say this, it gives an idea. You worked as a leadership team. You were able to make your team to work good. You made a 3.5 million project successfully, and you got an award. So you talk a small hint of some achievement of what you did. Then comes the future. This is a very, very, very important segment to answer. The reason is, in every interview, there is a question, why should we recruit you? The second question is, why you are changing a job? These 2 questions comes in the interview. To answer this question, you will answer this in the future. In the future, you will tell that, in future, I want to move to a top Fortune company, which is an excellent front runner in the market. There I saw the advertisement about your company, so I'm here. So you tell that in future, you want to apply and join a big company where you can do research and knowledge and grow. On top of that, you tell that I am searching for that where I found you, which means I'm happy with where I am, but still I want to go bigger. So I'm applying for you. So you answer the question, which is going to come later in the interview, in the introduction itself. Okay, message here is there is something called CPAF, current, past, achievement, and future. If you can put in a well-organized way, have a 1 paragraph which can explain 1.5 minutes or 2 minutes, I'm sure you cracked it. People listen to that, they go well. But you should not memorize it and vomit it there. You should go slow, steady, with a smile, explain it very happily. Then they feel great. Yeah, that's how it happens. All right, let me go for this. Let me listen to someone here. Have anyone recently attended the interview? Did you found your introduction was interesting? People listen to you? Anything on the interview here?
Yeah, Vinay here.
Hey, hi. Yes, Vinay.
Hi, sir. So I want to share this experience. So I did attend an interview recently. So with the introduction part, the feedback I got was it was too lengthy. it was too lengthy. I need to cut it short. So everything was impressive, but it was too lengthy that, they were left with no questions after the introduction. So they were like, that was an honest feedback what I got.
Okay, Vinay, one question to you. When you say introduction lengthy, did you have something in mind or you just went on the flow?
No, so I went in the same order, currently what I do, and previously which organization I've worked, and a little bit about the project. So maybe I went in a little detailed about it. So that was the thing.
You should not. You should not. You should not. You should know where to pause. You have to observe their body language, what they're doing there. Then you have to slow down. Yeah, that's fine. Okay, good. I appreciate that.
Sriram, I want to add. I want to add one thing. Not a recent interview, but some time ago, so when I was doing this interview, so they asked about what I'm doing, my roles, expectations and all that. Okay, that all went well. So then I started asking about the organization, what they do, what they basically believe in, and what are the kind of projects that they are doing. So feedback that I got is that, and they were quite impressed because you are asking about the organization. Generally, when you are a candidate, it's a bit... not too much one ask. It's like, am I audible?
Yeah, please go ahead. Proceed.
Yeah, so I think that, so it was something as a feedback and they were quite impressed also. I got to know later that I think it's important to ask about the organization, also be a little intrigued about the organization and about what they offer, what they can offer to us as a employee. I think that is critical, I feel.
Thanks, Zira, for that. In fact, I have this point here to share that. End with the good, valuable questions. You should have at least 1 or 2 questions related to their organization. It is not that how much a salary you will pay. It is not that I heard about your company is bankrupted. It should be a question which talks about something on the growth. You can tell, you know what? I was listening to the last Q3 results announced by the CEO, which was pretty impressive. You can tell the CEO name, CEO. And while I was listening, CEO was competing and telling about how the future look like, where they're going to compete with the X company in this model. I really liked it. So how do you think my job or this job will be relevant to this future actions? And the guy who's interviewing, if knowledgeable, will say that, no, your job is going to be different. This futuristic action is not yet into picture. Somebody don't know that, they'll be, oh yeah, that's a good point. I like this. I'm here to listen to that. So by this, what you're conveying here is, I'm interested on your company. I took time to read about your company before come for the interview. I'm clear on what is my future. So your question should be relevant to something on the future, something about the company, but really there should be something on Q3 result happen. Don't create a story. You have to read really about the websites and portal, understand, and you have to go for it. Good one, Hira. I appreciate it. I heard somebody's putting their hands up. Santosh or Prasanna, what is that?
Yeah, Sriram, this is Santosh here. So in these 2 weeks, from 14 days, I had 4 interviews.
Wow, yes. You are the right person to talk here.
Yeah, so my experience I would like to share in the team here. So related to these points which you have shared, dress up, it was the first interview when I was dressed up normally. So I got everything went well in the first interview, which happened internally in my IJP. So that time I did my introduction also, but since it was after 6 years, I'm giving another interview. That was the first interview I gave. So am I audible?
Yeah, you are, please.
So after 6 years, I gave the interview. So definitely somewhere a little bit of, blabbering and all things started with me. So that I felt like creating the interviewer, hiring manager was telling that learn to pause to tell the words and all these things. I got understanding from there. Then I took some lessons learned from those interview part. Then I went back to another interview, which was from Infosys. There I had interview with one of the IT manager only. So there I had an improvement in my dress up and confidence smile. And did said about the introduction, but it was not went as per this CPAP format. So explanation, which the feedback which I got from them, that like the introduction was not much clear for the candidate. Then I thought, okay, I need to change it. Then
One thing I like, Santosh, they are giving feedback about the interview. Many companies don't give it. So you don't know where you went wrong.
Correct only. That is very important. I feel like
Nice.
it's very important to get the feedback anyhow from the internal or external, because that is how improvement happens. Because 2 days back
Nice.
only I gave one more interview, which I felt it was very good, because there was a case study. I supposed to present the case study as a problem solving manager. I did that.
Nice.
And that went very well. And the person was also like to interact with me. And I remember one of in our ShriLearning, only from of my friends like Krishnandu, Prasanna, they guide me, and even Drupal. These people also guide tell how to attend those things. So valuable question. That was one of the important point. I feel it is very important for us to keep some question ready to the interviewer, because that is how they see the confidence. They understand that whether the person have done some groundwork before coming to that company or not.
Exactly.
So that really helped me. I thought to share this. Yeah.
Thanks, man. I appreciate it. And good wishes for the future.
Thank you, Shriram.
Nice to hear. All right. I saw some more hands coming up there. Is it Ashish or Prasanna?
Hi, Shriram. Prasanna here.
Hey. Hey.
So thank you, Shriram, for this great session, actually, right? I think this is something which is very hot in the market, right? I think people are actually waiting for this kind of knowledge in the market, how to attend interviews, because most of the people are working in an organization more than 5 to 6 years. They have forgot how the resume has to be made. They forgot how do we reach people. Most of the people don't get jobs because they don't know how to apply, actually. Right? They don't know whether they have to still use through the Naukri but if you see, LinkedIn is the greatest platform where they can actually get network. I have got n number of calls and interviews only through LinkedIn after updating my profile.
Wow.
I think in the month of January, I did a transition from a operations side in the banking side, and then I moved to the business analyst side. So I took a transition of around 3 to 4 months before I did this transition. First, I understood the market. I understood how do basically these kind of questions happen. I went and saw the YouTubes generally what kind of questions they ask. So normally I don't attend any interviews immediately, right? So what I do is I schedule my interviews. They call me on Monday. I schedule it on Wednesday. So because I'll go and check their kind of profile, what kind of profile they are into, so that I do a groundwork of what kind of question I might expect. If they are from the Agile side, definitely they're going to ask me from Agile side. If they are from the domain side, what kind of question I can expect. Also, I have a habit of attending interviews and writing those questions, whatever was asked in interview, because most of the answers comes up only when we attend interviews, right? And also there are chances we may not know the right answer. So I would write down those kind of questions. If you attend 4 to 5 interviews, right? After 6th or 7th interviews, it is going to be the same question which is repeatedly going to come. So mostly specifically on the domain side, or say for an example, why do you want to join, right? All these kind of questions comes up very commonly. So only thing is that just give a time. Even though initial stage you don't clear the interviews, it is absolutely fine, because we can learn only from the failures, and retrospective analysis is something which we have to do it and keep on trying. And one thing is that how prepared are we when we are doing a domain change? So that is something which is very important. So I felt very connected, Shriram. I think the end-to-end session what you have taken across.
Thanks, man. Thanks for the input. I like that point. What you said here is don't get dejected or down if some few interviews are failing. It's not a failure. It's a lessons learned, isn't it? In fact, I would say, thanks, guys. You didn't choose me. If you chosen me, I would have gone with a lesser salary with you. Since you're not chosen me, I found where is my weakness. I worked out. Today, I got a better package. Is it possible? It's possible. Nice to hear. Nice. Good. Anyone else? I see a couple of hands.
Ashish here. Ashish, able to hear me?
Yes, Ashish.
Yeah, Shriram, my situation is a little different. In our organization, they do not take the direct interviews. However, they call a consultant, for example, EY, and then go for a behavioral assessment for a day. So these are 4 or 5. Yeah, so it's 4 or 5 activities in a day. Person will be observing you. They will be giving you some situations. They will be observing you. They will not even talk to you properly. And then at the end of the day, they will give you feedback. If something goes wrong, there is a cooling period of 2 years. So what they assess, what they observe, what is the feedback, and where do we improve? There is no clear communication on this. However, there are PDF of 14, 15 pages comes up, but it's a very generic. If you match 2 or 3 PDFs for 2 or 3 candidates, 99% will be common. So, I mean, this is a very tough situation. I mean, in an interview, we can crack because you will be answering direct questions, what you have done here. But in these type of assessments, you do not know what exactly you have to behave. I mean, behavioral is a part which you have, which is a very, which which is different for you, different for me, for example. I mean, the type of, for example, there is a GD going up. So what I have observed in my case, in the GD, it all depends how the other participants are. So, I mean, this is an open question for me.
Thanks, man. Thanks for that. See, one thing I found is what you said is behavioral thing. It is so hard for somebody to tell this is how you have to perform. It is on that day, on what is your preparation you're going to perform. I also want to comment on that because we see many interviews off late doesn't end with only verbal interview. Off late, I'm seeing many interviews after third round, they're going for a psychometric exam. They're giving a questions pattern to see how you are able to answer it. Are you analytically good? Are you having a reasoning ability? Are you able to think managerial ability? These all assessment goes in and then they go for a final solution. It's not only a verbal interview they decide. So things are changing the way now. Many third parties are available in the market who make you to practice for it, to tell that how can you be a good, reasonable or way of reasoning or way of looking analytical. Questions, patterns are being given in the market. I have attended some interviews where they go for the analytical checking. You will think, what I'm going to do analytical, but it is because they want to see, are you able to think? Are you a lateral thinking person? Can you resolve the managerial problems? So this kind of preparation is happening. So your question is, you want to understand how to prepare for it. Is that correct?
Yeah, this is the question, because the bigger problem here is the same organization has assessed me good in one case and bad in another case. For example, the same organization assessed me internally organization, and then an external interview, the same organization passed me. So I could not figure it out which one is right.
Okay, more than the right here, while you attend this, did you found you are able to reach the mark what they're expecting? Are you able to do that? Or you are suffering there when you do those process?
It was, I mean, my performance was completely 100% Shriram. If it happens again, the performance will remain same. I do not found anything which was found not up to the mark from my side. The results also were also in the single rounds. However, the feedbacks like the coaching part, you have to work more or something like this, they have given as a feedback.
I understand.
So I could not understand that what exactly it is.
Yeah. See, one thing I have listened to one of the candidate who tried for a different country. What they were expecting is this person to attend this kind of test, what you said. But at the same time, they said that this test will change based on every day's mindset and mood. You cannot tell every day you perform the same way. One day you would have performed better, the same analytical and thinking abilities or way of pattern question you give another day, you may score low. But what the interviewer said very good there is, we are not going to evaluate by the number what you get there. Rather, when this exam gets over, we will have an interview. We will discuss about these questions. We will see how can you logically answer certain things or reason out of why you do that. That is what we look into. We don't go by the numbers there. We want to see what you say about it. So some organizations don't exactly believe on the number, but as you rightly said, some companies do that. It's pretty tough. For that reason, I give an answer saying that there are third parties nowadays available who make a paid good amount they charge you, but they make you to learn the ways of answering, because our brain is not used with answering that. They'll give you only 12 minutes. In 12 minutes, they'll ask you to answer 20 questions. They want to put you under pressure. Under pressure, how your answering ability, analytical ability. This you and me don't practice every day. Maybe in a traffic jam, I can make a proper cut to take a right turn in the car. My brain would have been used to that habit for the last 10, 15 years in the traffic jam. But if you ask me to put analytical calculation, it won't work because I have not used it. That portion of the brain is not used. I cannot blame the company for that. Companies looking, somebody can think that portion of the brain can be a better manager, better architect, better designer. So I should practice that portion of the brain. How to practice it? You have to go through these tools and practice it. So that's one way of doing things. If not, you have to ask them the question, what do you try to interpret out of this? When I give a results, with this results, what are you going to take out of it? When they give some answers for that, which can help you. Okay. All right. Thanks for this good question.
Yep.
Thanks. Ankita, we'll go to the last question with Ankita. Yes, Ankita.
Hi, Shriram. I just wanted to add that when we talk about how you are going to perform, the way of impressing the interviewer,
nice.
What I used to do is usually I used to just record my session when I prepare, good introduction. So because we are giving after a gap of, 5 to 6 years in one company, and then we are going for the interview after a long time, it gives a very clear picture whether we are just getting stuck up in between while we are talking, how is our fluency, how we are talking, how is our confidence level. That has really helped me, doing that few times, and it gives more confidence, because the first question that the interviewer is going to ask is this: good introduction. So once you get that confidence to go ahead with the rest of your interview.
Nice.
So that's what I just wanted to add it.
Well said. Thanks a lot. So you record and watch yourself and hear it to yourself. That's a good thing.
Yes.
That's nice. That's a good thing. Good thing. Yeah, because introduction sets a ground properly, right? If this three does not happen properly, rest also does not go well. Yeah, possibly. And I found one more thing. Thanks, Ankita, for that. One more thing. Explain everything with a real situation in your system. They'll ask you, mostly will get this conflict related questions, or how do you approach a project which has going into failure mode? How do you bring it up? Or technically some question. Some of us will give an answer which is a theoretically. Yeah, people like it theoretically, but still, once you give theoretically, then you can tell, you know what, in April, first quarter 2020, something like this happened in the corporate. You will give a date, you will give a year. Usually human brain has this. When you say in 2020 May, you start believing it will be real. Actually, it should be real also. Don't fake it out. But you have to give a date. In 2020 April, what happened is there was one project, client from so-and-so country. I will not tell the company name, country, where we were working on this. The project was getting into failure mode because of resource shortage. Then we bring some experts from the market. But still, when the expert came in, a lot of conflicts are happening. So I have to use this technique, what you are discussing right now, and it showed 70% success. But still, it was a good learning for us. You will not tell I'm a superhero here, but you will tell something like this. This is what happened. Now, a human being always like this with a theoretical real information and with a real reference of applied knowledge with some date reference. If you can give a situation like this, Shri, how do I do this in interview spotly? If you are such a guy in a spot, you can do this, you are super good. But if not, before going to interview, like what Ankita was mentioned, you have a good introduction for 2 minutes. The same way, you should have 3 or 4 problem statements written down real statement, 3 or 4 successful statements written down clearly. Now, 1 or 2 questions will fall into this, not all the question, 1 or 2 will fall inside this. So you can pick it up and start presenting. I think Mailesh or, Prasanna, I believe, saying that I had done a few interviews, you started seeing the questions getting repeated. Same question starts coming in. Now, if you have a good story, you'll wait for that question. Wow, my question. Let me take a story. Now you give a good story and listen to that. That one question is enough to decide whether you're in or out. So that also helps you. All right, guys.
Shriram, I want to add something. Sorry.
Please go ahead.
Yeah, it's not related to the interview per se, but you were saying that how to grow after a particular time in your career, So definitely you said network. I agree to you. Network is there. I think there's one more thing I believe it's much important is to have the right mentors around you. And I'm a kind of person, I have a lot of mentors in different segments because I worked in different segments of like not just technical, but business and all that. But now I'll have to diverse it. But I feel having the right kind of people to advise you in whatever stage you are in your career, it's the key to grow after a particular years of experience, maybe 15, maybe the clock starts clicking probably when you cross 10 or 12, then you need to be surrounded by mentors. I just wanted to add that.
Makes sense. I appreciate that. Yes, needed. Finding a right mentor is also important because sometimes wrong mentor can take you wrong place. So you have to be careful enough, open and honest enough to tell that no, it doesn't work out. So you have to choose the right person. Okay, nice. Thanks. Yeah, I appreciate it. All right, fantastic. Okay, I kind of we're hitting the last few minutes of the session. One thing I keep telling in the classes, because many of us have this, can I do this? And I would tell one word. One is fittest will survive. The second one I keep in my mind is feel the fear and do it anyway. Why I say this is there are people who have amazing skills, but what is happening here is some sort of fear of a failure. Fear of failure does not allow you. I used to participate in some of the competition years back. I'm talking 10 years back. Before the competition starts, you will have that shivering. you will have your thighs shaking because thousands of people are going to sit and listen to you in a podium. You have to start and speaking in the center, in a hall, your mic, everybody watching you. I'm talking some competitions. You will feel the fear, but you keep telling inside you, feel the fear, do it. You stand up and start walking. The moment you walk, you do come out, a round of applause. That few seconds or minutes, your brain is totally not in your control. Then people come and slap on your back. Man, that's a good show. Oh, really? Was a good one? It's because your brain is still in that fear mode. It didn't come out whether we'll succeed or failure. But the point is, you have to have that final push. Whatever we saw now, from the first minute we saw about career assessment, career growth, career change, these all can succeed only when you make that first move or you make that final jump. Both it's with you. Both the case, there'll be a fear. I gave a clue about somebody at your family will have some trouble. You have your corporate troubles. You have your friends pushing you, pulling you, comparison, all will happen. But the final call is yours. Feel the fear, however, do it. The reason is the life is one chance. In this one chance, we are in the prime age time. Did you say prime age? I'm sure at the age of 70 and 80, we can, but not up to this mark what we are today. And also now the opportunity. We are in the information technology revolution time. You are blessed to be in this time, which your parents did not get, your grandparents did not get. In this time, if you can materialize the knowledge around you, if you can assess your pocket money properly, if you can put things together, on top of that, the last push is yours. Let me do this. If you do it, of course you'll win. And the last wording here is until you jump, you don't know whether you will fly or fall down. If you're going to stand on the edge whole life, I will jump one day, I'll jump one day, never will jump. So you have to jump one day. It's okay, even if you fell down, again you can come back. But if in case you start flying, that's a wonderful feel. You never want to give it up in your life. So good luck to all the people here participated. And I'm happy to share some information to you about the career things. Any more questions, you can reach out to ShriLearning team. We will listen to you and we will conduct more sessions on this. Of course, today is a session, first time you're hosting in the YouTube. If not, it's very internal. What we'll do here is we're going to continue on this. Today, I want to give a push of a lot of information. So Q&A went a little lesser. Next time, what we are planning here is we will bring many people, their interview experience. We will talk purely about domain-specific interviews. You don't need to declare your company names, but you can tell how an interview went on. What is the tips and tricks? You can tell even your failures. We will talk about this in this session, which can help few number of people who can listen later point. One thing I found here is if only you grow, life is will happy. But if you make others to grow, the whole generation will be happy. So try to bring some knowledge for the next session. We'll talk about it. For this session, the people who added information, thanks a lot. And leave your comments below. What all interesting things you found in your interview? Some crazy, funny factors or some interesting factors. You can leave it in this YouTube comments. We will read through that. We'll come back to you. With this, thanks a lot for everyone participated and have a great, prosperous, great future. The only thing I keep telling here is have this confidence. How to bring the confidence? Only by preparing yourself. How do you prepare yourself? Keep looking at your gap and start working on that. That's it from Sriram Kumar. And again, this is from ShriLearning. Thanks everyone for participation. Reach out for any support. We'll be happy to help you. Good wishes.
Thank you, Shriram.
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 Thank you.
Thank you.